Salam, hey guys, today's video is about injera, and this time it's not about making injera because I have another video for this one, but in this video I want to give you some tips or tricks or some information about how to make good injera. And first of all, I'd like to say that I'm not a habesha person, as you can see, so I'm not speaking of that much knowledge. I don't want to put in there the word knowledge. I just want to share my experience with you. I want to give you an overview of what I have learned, because maybe this is useful for some of you guys, because in fact, injera seems to be so simple, but when it comes to the preparation, you will realize that it's not that simple as you may have initially thought. So first of all, when you go and search for a injera recipe and you go on the internet, you will find a lot of recipes, and they are all a little bit different, so everyone makes it a little bit different and has its own tricks or tips. And my advice is that you just have to try, make your own experience, and then you will see what is best for you. So when I started to make injera, I started to make the dough with different kind of flours. So I started with wheat flour, with spilled flour, and I mixed a different combination, but it was not the real injera taste. So in my opinion, always less is more. So the less you use, the better it is. And so nowadays I only use teff flour, which is a little bit hard to get in Germany or in Europe in general, I think, I don't know, and water. So you only use teff and water, and that's it. Coming to that point, I have to say that I started to prepare injera with using yeast, and yeast is very good to accelerate the fermentation process. But nowadays I don't use yeast anymore, but I prepare a sourdough, and this is also only just teff and water, and then you mix them together and you wait, and then there is going on the fermentation process, and then you will get the sourdough, which is kind of the same as yeast. And yes, all you have to do or all you need is time, but time is a general thing that you need when it comes to the preparation of injera. So you really have to be aware that injera is not like a normal bread, so that you prepare the dough and then you put it in the oven and then you can eat it. It's not like that. You really have to be patient when it comes to injera, and especially when it comes to good injera. So my overall preparation time duration takes about 7 days, 6 to 7 days, so nearly 1 week if you are beginning from the scratch. So with the pre-dough, with the sourdough and all this stuff, you need time for about 7 days, and then it comes to the baking process. So don't compare it with normal bread. Then in addition, there are certain tricks that I can give you, or what is important. So don't use that much water when you prepare the dough. You can add the water later, but don't do this at the beginning. So just mix it without that much water. This is really important. And mixing also is really important. Give time, mix very well, minimum 3 or 5 minutes. It has really to be very, very well mixed. So mixing is like everything when you do injera. Then another thing that is really important, in my opinion, when it comes to injera, is that you do the process to prepare Lafa, or Absit it is called. And there you just take an amount of your dough and then you put it into boiling hot water, and then you cook it and you mix it, and finally you re-add this to your dough, and this will make your injera very smooth in the typical consistency, and then you will get the holes, the eyes, and this is really good for your injera. So, and you can see that your dough is good when also your dough has this typical eyes. So not just the injera later, but already the dough. When there are little bubbles, I could say, then this is a sign that you have done well, and that the fermentation process has taken place, and then that you have spent enough time, that you have given enough time for this dough, and then also your injera will be good. And also baking injera can be very challenging if you use the wrong equipment. So habesha people, they generally use mitad or mogogo,